What is up, YouTube? I am Eric and you are watching Retro Video Game Pickups. Today we are reviewing the Hycarus Nintendo Switch controller. So if you like games, consoles, or product reviews, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification. With that being said, let's hop into it. So, as you guys can see, I have the Nintendo Switch Pro controller and I have the Hycarus wireless controller, and I have my Switch here and I have the box here. I kind of use these as little backgrounds so you can see, hey, this is the Hycarus controller and this is the Nintendo Switch one. But you can obviously tell the difference the first time you look at this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare this one to the Pro controller and see how it turns out. Okay, so we're gonna start off here with the look of it. As you can tell, that this is a completely different setup scheme. And when I say that, I mean the sticks. This is more like a PS4 and this is more like an Xbox One. So as you can tell, the two sticks here are in line, and then you have the D-pad up here, and then you have the A, B, X, Y buttons. You got the plus buttons, you've got a turbo button, you have a screen capture button, you have the home button, and then you have the LB, RB, and the LT, RT. So if you look at this, it actually really reminds me of the PS4 controller, because like even looking at it this way, that's kind of how the PS4 controller is, and there's actually a button there, so, or a light there on the PS4 controller. So that's kind of what this looks like. When I look at this, I can definitely tell it pulls its inspiration from the PS4 controller, and it also has a USB mini plug there, or micro, whatever that is called. I can never remember, but this is actually a pretty decent controller. I find it cool to play this with like some games that require more of a D-pad feel. That way I could just play like this, and my I'm not having to go up and go down and all that stuff. So I like that with this. This D-pad is actually kind of interesting. It's like one piece, but then it can hit multiple places at once. So it's not a really good D-pad, but it actually feels pretty nice. But if you click in the center, it just kind of goes wherever is closest. So that's a little weird. But overall, I mean, your thumb fits nice into it, and then you can move. And so I really like that about this controller. As you can see, the A, B, and the X, Y buttons are a little indented, and they look kind of cool. But if you do this, you can actually turn on the buttons, and there's actually a sweet little LED light behind those, and that's pretty sweet, and I felt like that was pretty cool. And obviously these turned off because it wasn't connected to a switch, but it looks really nice when those are turned on. And I'll do a screenshot here if I can. If this doesn't do it justice, I'll take pictures. But overall, these sticks feel nice. They feel like they might be a little cheap, and they are a little bit smaller than the actual Switch controllers, or at least they feel like it. Let me make sure. Yeah, they feel just a little bit smaller, but maybe that's just because of the way it is. But overall, this is actually a pretty decent controller. And here's both of them combined or compared together. Like, you can tell that they're different just by looking at them. I do actually like how it kind of conforms to your hands a little bit better. And this is something that I'm okay with it. It's kind of a glossy, but it's kind of like a matte. It's not super glossy, but there's not like a texture there to keep your hands from slipping. But I didn't have any problems when I was using this. I actually like these triggers. They remind me of a PS4 trigger, but they do have just slightly longer trigger pulls on them compared to the nice short little ones on the Pro controller, which I really love about that. But overall, this is actually pretty sweet. I like the controller. I would definitely use this as a secondary or maybe a third one. Oh, and there's a reset button on the back. I never mentioned that, but if you need to ever reset it, you can do that. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how this controller turned out. So that was my thoughts about this controller. This is gonna be a little random extra video this week. I saw this and I needed to review it really quickly, and I wanted to let you guys see what I picked up from this company. They did send this to me to review, and they've been waiting for like 2 or 3 weeks. So I wanted to get this out there and let you guys see what I think about it, but also to kind of help them realize that, hey, these are some cool controllers that I would like to personally see more of. I think this is really cool. If you're used to that PS4 control scheme, this is definitely for you. It's still the A, B, X, Y buttons are still the same on both, but those joysticks are the control sticks are actually in line instead of diagonal. So if you prefer that, this might be a better controller for you. So if you are interested in that, let me know. Comment below and let me know what you think about this controller. I think this is like a controller that looks really good. With those LEDs behind the buttons, it just brightens it up, and it's pretty cool to see that. I like seeing third-party game companies produce products that look good and feel good in your hands and actually perform well. And this was actually one that I thought might be a little cheap. The sticks might be a little cheap, but overall, I feel like this is a nice, solid controller. So with that being said, don't forget to comment below. This is a rather short video, but this is an extra video, so I figured throw it up for you guys on this Sunday, and we would just have a ton of fun. So with that being said, don't forget about Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Big Cartel, Patreon. All that stuff is down below in the description. If you're new here, check those out. If you've been on this channel for a while, you know how it works. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification, because when I post videos, if you're not hitting that bell notification, you might miss it. Also, up above on the banner, I have redone that. I put the schedule up there, and what I have done is added the streaming schedule as well, which is on Tuesday and Fridays I will stream, and then I upload a new video every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. But this week is going to be a little special, so I'm throwing this video up on Sunday just because I wanted you guys to see what I thought of this controller. So with that being said, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this, and make sure that you have a good day.